A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant phone call on Wednesday, Russian President Vladimir Putin conveyed to U.S. President Donald Trump that Russia would respond to recent high-profile Ukrainian drone attacks targeting its nuclear-capable bomber fleet, as well as a deadly bridge bombing that Moscow attributes to Kiev. The ongoing conflict in Ukraine is intensifying following nearly 4 months of diplomatic efforts and threats exchanged between Moscow and Kiev, with Trump advocating for peace in the wake of the deadliest conflict in Europe since World War II. The conversation lasted for 1 hour and 15 minutes, during which Trump reported that they discussed the escalating situation in Ukraine, including the recent drone strikes that have targeted Russian military assets deep within its territory. Putin expressed skepticism about Ukraine's leadership, suggesting they do not genuinely seek peace. He stated, "What is there to talk about? How can we negotiate with those who rely on terror?" The drone attacks, which Ukraine refers to as Operation Spider's Web, reportedly destroyed 40 of Russia's most powerful bomber jets and surveillance planes. This operation has raised concerns about the potential for further escalation in the conflict, as both sides have been engaged in a series of retaliatory strikes. Trump noted that Putin indicated a strong response would be necessary following the attacks on Russian airfields. In a post on his social media platform, Truth Social, Trump characterized the conversation as productive, yet acknowledged that it would not lead to immediate peace. He emphasized the importance of addressing the situation with Iran, stating that both he and Putin agree that Iran should not possess nuclear weapons. Trump expressed hope that Putin could assist in negotiations with Tehran regarding its nuclear program, which he believes has been progressing too slowly. As the conflict continues, Russia has ramped up aerial attacks on Ukraine in retaliation for the drone strikes, further complicating the landscape of negotiations. The Kremlin's response to the Ukrainian attacks has been one of heightened military readiness, with officials stating that military options remain on the table. The Deputy Foreign Minister of Russia, Sergei Ryabkov, urged London and Washington to take measures to prevent further escalation, indicating a growing concern over the involvement of Western powers in the conflict. Despite the escalating tensions, both Trump and Putin have expressed a desire for dialogue, though the path to peace remains fraught with challenges. The recent discussions in Istanbul aimed at negotiating a ceasefire ended without substantial progress, as Putin's demands for territorial concessions from Ukraine have been met with staunch resistance from President Zelensky. The geopolitical implications of this ongoing conflict are significant, as Russia and the United States hold approximately 88% of the world's nuclear arsenal. Any military engagement involving nuclear-capable assets is viewed as a serious escalation, raising alarms within the international community. As both leaders navigate this precarious situation, the hope for a diplomatic resolution hangs in the balance, overshadowed by the realities of war and the complexities of international relations. In summary, the phone call between Trump and Putin highlights the fragile state of diplomacy amid escalating military actions in Ukraine. While both sides express a desire for dialogue, the recent attacks and the rhetoric surrounding them suggest a deepening divide that complicates the prospect of peace. As the world watches closely, the stakes continue to rise in this critical geopolitical conflict. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.